welcome back 5 subscribers and the 40 people that viewed our last video. Appreciate it. Even a couple of you liked it. Really like that. Today we're going to try out Mexican food. First one's called MADRE. It's fully vegan. Steph found it. She tried it with some friends and she's been talking about it non-stop since. I'm sick to death of hearing about it. I personally make birria tacos. You know, the thing in the US that everyone's talking about. You dip it, it's wet, it's gross, everyone gets oily fingers. Well, Steph's been saying to me for ages, let's try a vegan version of that. How do we find a vegan version? These guys have given it a shot. Now we're going to try it. Let's hit it.
Hey, this is your favorite influencer, Steph. I was gonna tell you a little bit about MADRE that we just went to. I'm very happy to share this place with Tom today. And I tried a couple of new tacos I didn't try before. So first of all, the concept of this night was Taco Tuesday, meaning cocktails and a taco for a set price of 19 euros. Now, it's already in the name, but it's Tuesday and it's not really for us to drink. So we skipped the margaritas and just had the tacos. You'll see the menu in a bit. What was our choice was the artichoke barbacoa, the birria taco, and chicken mole. Artichoke barbacoa. Well, let me already tell you, I think this is one of the most creative ones. I really like it when they use vegetables as a substitute, as a replacer for meat. This one, yes, was very creative, nice flavors. Normally I'm not a big fan of the artichoke, but I think it's so drenched in like this nice spicy green salsa verde that doesn't really matter that it's artichoke. It just has a great texture. Really good start.
So the barbacoa is one of my favorites when I go out for Mexican food. It's got this deep, rich, fatty flavor. So when I saw the barbacoa on the menu, I thought, got to try that one. So it was made from artichokes, so it had like a rich, creamy sauce, quite unique, and really liked that one. I think it was probably the standout favorite, actually, if I have to be honest. I didn't expect to like it quite as much as I did, especially not when the birria was on the menu. But yeah, really liked that one.
Next up was the mole chicken. Again, this was vegan chicken pieces in there. Also, I think quite unique, because very often it's more like the basic filling of veggies or mushroom for sure. So this was a nice surprise. It's from a brand called Hure, which you probably know as if you're a fellow vegan. Yeah, I liked it, especially because it seemed to be a very authentic mole sauce, and I really enjoyed that.
Second was the chicken mole chicken. It was like a meat substitute, which you don't see very often in vegan places. Steph and I quite often say to each other, why don't they have vegan substitutes? We tried it. The mole sauce, very authentic. Normally a mole sauce has sort of 20-30 spices depending on who makes it. This one obviously had the spices, but none of the the non-vegan substitutes. But there was definitely cacao, herbs, spices, very distinct, very unique mole flavor with some sort of cooked off onions. And the tacos, I forgot to mention the tacos. Tacos were unreal, real freshly pressed corn mace tortillas.
Yes, and then we got to my favorite one, or at least the one that I thought was going to be my favorite, because it's the birria taco. And as Thomas already said, I always wanted to try it when he was making it at home, because I used to love the smell of all the spices in the house. But obviously it's a very meaty kind of dish, so I almost was going to accept that I would never get to try it out. Anyway, I had it before. I liked it more back then because I think they made small adjustments to the tacos today. I think they were smaller, they were less filled, and they were more filled with cheese. And I'm not a big fan of that artificial cheese flavor, and that came through too much. Aside from that, amazing sauce on the side. I think, yeah, still spectacular, but I would advise you to go on a different day than Taco Tuesday.
The barbacoa, unfortunately, was a letdown of the dish. I mean, when I make the barbacoa and you start tasting the soup and the broth and the consomme, it starts off quite bitter and intense. And what mellows that flavour out is the beef fat rendering into the soup. Obviously, there is no way to render beef fat at a vegan restaurant, so it doesn't have the same flavour. Super unique though. Like, tried a lot of vegan places and tacos. Steph and I went to Mexico not too long ago, and we had a lot of tacos. This was really unique, stood out very much, but it just didn't have the same heft that I would have expected. The consommé was delicious though. The consommé was almost the exact same. Whatever they did to substitute it really worked, but the Redefine Meat substitute that they used just wasn't quite the same. And look, you can't go wrong with raw onions and coriander. That was really, really nice touch. But yeah, and the cheese was a little bit artificial tasting. It just didn't have the fattiness that you would associate with cheese. Right, location 2, it's the same day, you can tell from the clothes I'm wearing and the weather that's behind me. Definitely the same day. We're going to a place called COBA because I accidentally booked it thinking it was somewhere better. But that doesn't matter because it still rates quite well on Google. So we're going to give it a shot. We've never been here, don't know anything about this place. So you're going to be trying it with us for the first time, the same way we are.
So, despite what Tom was saying, that we went to a place that rates less well, of course I have nothing to compare it to, but I've been very, very impressed with what we just had. I had the ceviche with cauliflower, guacamole, like really richly topped as a taco, all crunchy tacos. And I also had the mushroom one, I'll show you in the menu. Amazing flavors. Really rich, like I just said, also quite heavy and filling.
Holy shit, exceeded expectations. So we got 2 tacos each. There was 2 vegan tacos, 2 regular, well, there was a bunch of regular stuff. I wanted to get something not boring for you guys, just so it wasn't the same stuff as always. So I got one with abalone, not abalone, that's too expensive, I can't afford that. With the spiky animal that comes out of the sea, Steph. It was a sea urchin mayonnaise with tuna tostada. It was unbelievable. Creamy, rich, spicy as hell. My goodness, I was doing the old nose was running, but my God, it was very good. Then my second dish, I asked the girl working there what should we get, and she said to get the beef brisket, which to me looks like a birria. I was like, oh, that's what everyone's going to order. And she said, trust me, it's my favorite. That's what I really, really want. I trusted her, and it was fantastic. There was a little piece of grilled onion, which had been upturned, and they scooped something super rich and savory, maybe like a broth, into the upturned onion. You had to be very careful when you ate it to not lose the broth. You'll see that in the footage over the top of this. And yeah, it was unreal. She really gave me a good steer. We also ordered 2 cocktails. Steph got the El Jefe, which was half beer, half mezcal. Really strong smoky flavour from the mezcal, really, really good. And I had a coconut-based one, which I think had coconut cream or coconut water, whatever you call it, in the actual drink. And then around the rim, instead of a salted rim, it had a coconut rim. It was understated, it was good. It wasn't as good as Steph's, definitely the standout. Really, really, really impressed with COBA.
Thanks everybody for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. And for now, please let us know what was your favorite taco from the video. Bye!